shocking figures today. And just by the way, if you throw this out, I talked to Richard Tice about this, astonishing figures say that 72.5 million will be Britain's population within the next 7 years, currently hovering around 68.5, 69 million, although many of us think it's perhaps a bit more, not helped by the influx of migrants. A very good afternoon. Henry Bolton, International Border Control Expert. How are you, my friend?
I'm very well, thanks, Jeremy. Good to see you.
Oh, God, it doesn't get any better, does it? You got your MCC tie on. Go on, crack on.
No, this is the tie of the Royal Armoured Corps, not
I know, I was joking. Yeah. Crack on.
But no, it's not getting any better, but do we expect it to? No. The other thing that we need to recognise about these figures, and actually they're projected from 2022 to 2032, so that's 72.5 million that we'll reach according to those figures. But those figures are based upon an assumption that net immigration will be 340,000 a year. At the moment, net immigration is over 700,000 a year. So actually, if you take that 4.8 million increase, you're almost talking 10 million in that period, not going up to 72.5, but going up to 76.8 million. That increase, Jeremy, is more than the population of London in a 10-year period.
Let me ask you something, because I wanted to get you on today for all sorts of reasons, but I wanted to put something to you. I listened to Trump's inauguration last Monday, 10 days ago now, I guess it is, with a mixture of awe, shock, goosebumps, and my God, I could do with somebody like that in this country. I've always said, and I mean this, there's a lot about Donald Trump I don't like. I think he's a flawed character, but for somebody who says, this is what I've won the election, I'm going to do it. I just want to point to you as a border control expert. I have sat for hours and listened to you, Henry, and I've listened to people say it's not possible and the countries won't take the people back and we don't have a processing system and we can't turn the boats back and all of that, right? This man had been in power 4 days, and I wake up on Friday or Saturday morning to see a picture of migrants on the tarmac and of American runway getting ready to go on a cargo plane, shackled and chained like prisoners because, oh, I'm sorry, they were criminals who had broken the law. I saw Dr. Phil do some program in America over the weekend where he went to the front line of this happening, and this sex offender who had been in the community abusing young children said, yeah, I haven't done things perhaps as I should have done, but I still deserve to say. His mouth was dropping as well. Why can't we stop the bloody talking and do what Trump is doing and effect the change that I genuinely believe the British people want, Henry?
Well, can we do that? Yes, we can. Not in the same way. Our constitution is different, our legal system is different, and so on. But can we do it? The answer is yes. And what Trump has got in spades, which nobody in Westminster has got, is both the vision, the determination and the courage to deliver on this. Now, he has got an administration that responds to his executive authority as not only, if you like, the equivalent of the Prime Minister, but the head of state as well.
Yep.
So he commands the armed forces and so on directly. So it's a little easier for him. But the other thing that Trump has done, in preparation in preparation for going into the White House for the second time, he has put a team around him who have been working around the clock to do the detail, to do the planning. So everything is there. And you could see that, even it's all online, his executive orders, that they are detailed. They are legal documents. If you tried to get British politicians to do that, then that in itself would take them a month of Sundays, if not longer.
Right, so just stop me there. Right, so you said our legal system. Anybody who's anybody, when it comes to immigration and the issues, will say that nothing can ever be done because these left-wing human rights lawyers who charge the British taxpayer £800 an hour just create a web of uncertainty and confusion and nothing ever happens. Why doesn't our government, apart from dealing with the blob who are apparently against what they democratically want to do, why are we not saying as a country, why are governments not saying, right, that's being ended. We're not going to give people the right to an £800 an hour lawyer who's just going to use every convenience to go against. It's like I said to Richard Tice, Henry. The thing that really shocked me, and lots does, but last year was when the Home Office officials paid by us were using our money to sue a democratically elected government because they didn't approve of Rwanda. Just hear me out. I didn't approve of Rwanda, but they're paid by the British bloody taxpayer to carry out what the government says. So why can't a government say, I ain't going to get anything done unless I get rid of these people inside the blob, I get rid of these trendy lawyers, and I implement what, and in my mind, the British people want?
Well, because we can do it, but it's going to take us a little bit longer than it takes Trump. That's the reality. And we've got to, A, have the will and the courage to do it, to take these people on, and the unions and so on, and B, have the knowledge as to how to do it. Now, I'm not trying to put obstacles in the way. That's the reality, sadly. What America has not done, the United States have not done at any point, is tie themselves into a supranational legal entity, as we did with the European Union. We're still tied into that to a large extent.
ECHR.
ECHR and other mechanisms as well, other agreements. The United States never submitted themselves to that. Now, we've got to untangle ourselves from that if we're going to act legally. Now, we can do that. Of course we can do it. And what I find more frustrating than anything else is I hear politicians over and over and over again, both in government, in the House of Commons, and in other political parties, and I include Reform. I'm sorry, Richard Tice, and others, but I hear them promising things without having done any of this detail. Trump has done that detail. His team has done that detail. We must do that detail, and that takes real leadership, not nice words, not, headlines or, attractive policies and promises and pledges. You've got to do the work behind it. If you don't, you will not deliver on this. This is a complicated thing because we've got to untangle ourselves and act. Now, can we do it? The answer is, I've said we can secure our borders within 8 months. I stand by that, absolutely. Can we remove all of our foreign national offenders very rapidly? The answer is yes. Why don't we? I mean, we built Camp Bastion in the middle of the desert in Afghanistan in a matter of months. We can build similar on Ascension. If you come into the UK illegally, fine. If for some reason we can't get rid of you immediately, you are going to Ascension. You're going to a detention camp on Ascension. You're getting no benefits. You're going to the sort of, there'll be a cookhouse. You sit there until either you tell us where you came from or you ask to go back. One of the two. There's a whole stream of things.
Mate, I swear
we
to God,
can do these things.
I could talk to you forever, and if anybody ever has any sense if they get into power, they should take you with them. Henry, thank you, mate.